wanted to get started by welcoming you guys to Talking the Fast Lane. I mean, I'm a big fan of Perfect Plan, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I want to get started with a new album, obviously. February 28th, Heart of a Lion. You know, I listened through it a couple times already. Great album, as I expected. As I expected. You know,
Thanks.
it's textbook Perfect Plan, but it's you know, it I hear a maturity in this band on this one. You know, you could hear the band as it progresses through the stages, with the fourth album right now. Um, it reminds me honestly of when I first heard Survivor's Vital Signs, believe it or not,
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Oh,
And
great.
every song is great cover to cover. Tell us about this, a little bit about this and how this came about.
Well, we were not that young either, so we were around in the 80s. So we played in bands. I think me and Matt played together when we were like 40 years ago, maybe 35 years ago. So we've been there. We got all the right influences and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
More hair.
Yeah, with color.
Obviously, me too.
Yeah.
You gotta hide it when you can, huh?
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah. Well, what about the album? Actually, I think we recorded this one really fast. If you compare it to the first album, we spent 4 years or something in the basement here jamming, and but this one was really
Right.
fast. We had, I think we had a few IDs, and we met and we recorded each ID. We spent 2 or 3 hours down here in the rehearsal, and we had the whole figure of the song ready, and then we went to the studio and recorded. So we did all the pre-production right here in the basement, and I think each song just took one night, and then we went into the studio. So we didn't put much work into it at that time, but maybe later when we were in the studio, we added things and make things happen. So we didn't work quite as we did the previous albums. So I don't know if that's good or not, or maybe that's maturity or but it turned out really great. And I think a big thing also is that we work with Morten Eriksson. He's a famous Swedish producer and songwriter, and he just moved back from Stockholm to this town. We used to play with him when we were really young, like 16, 17, 18. Yeah,
That's cool.
So he helped us a lot, I think, to make the sound that good, like we wanted it. We wanted to sound a little bit more like the 80s, not too much compression, and we didn't that many overdubs. Pretty clean that way, so you can hear all the instruments and it's actually played. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
It is. It's this album is smooth all the way through, and like you said, usually when you guys have been doing it long enough together, as a band, you can get those those little pieces, cleaned out from album to album. And like I said, you could see that maturity in this one. I love the way it sounds. Production is excellent. And I wanted to get into some of the songs with you guys because there's so many great ones on this one, that I enjoy. Obviously Heart of a Lion and We Are Heroes, which you dropped the videos for.
Yeah.
But I want to get a little deeper into this one. And I love tracks like All Night and Too Tough. And really the last song on this album, At Your Stone.
Yeah.
What I like about this is it's not just, little pieces here and here. I mean, this is something that you guys nailed the whole way through. Tell us about some of the songs like this and what it was like to to record some of these.
Well, you can answer this time.
Hey, put him on the spotlight. That's the way you got to do it.
Too much
Thank you.
Yes.
No, I think for the what's the last song? It was At Your Stone.
Yeah.
That's
At Your Stone.
now I can't really speak for Kent, but it's about his the loss of his father a couple of years ago, and the struggle he had with at that time. So it's like the same with the one we did what's the name of it? Vet du den andra balladen?
Ja, just det.
I keep forgetting. We're getting old.
My unsung hero.
Yeah, my unsung hero. That's also.
There you go.
That's also about his father. So it's a sort of reflection, I think, of his dad and what happened really. So well, yeah.
I don't remember when we recorded it. Was it Kent's idea or was it Rolf's guitar riff? Or
I don't remember. No, I don't
remember. What are we doing here?
It came through great, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's tough too, you know.
I think it was Kent's idea from the beginning, but I think Rolf developed the whole riff, the whole part.
He usually does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good song, and that's deep too. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
any of us, I know I lost my father, and you know, and you have that, you know, those feelings that you go through, and I think he expressed it, you know, very well on this song.
Yeah.
Excellent job though, guys. I mean, it really is a great album.
Thanks.
And how about the songwriting process? I know Kent, obviously. I had Kent on the show for the last album, and we discussed. I think he's an amazing vocalist.
Yeah.
But what's the songwriting process with Perfect Plan? I mean, is it an idea? Is it a riff? Is it a chorus? You know, I always hear great structure in what you guys do, and I think that says a lot about this band, the hooks and the choruses. Tell us about how a song comes together for Perfect Plan.
I think it's a little bit different who brings the first idea. I mean, you can't write a lot of songs, and then he's got the melody and has got most of the lyrics, and they got an acoustic guitar, and then from there we do the arrangement, the guitar riffs, and you know, everything else. And if I write the songs, it's maybe more of the finished production, with the guitars and with keyboards and drums and everything. We work a bit differently, So I have had the main idea for One Touch and Turn Up Your Radio.
Good songs.
Yeah, a little happier songs. We try to do more. What did they do? They're major. Yeah, the chorus is majors to it's a little bit more difficult, but if you make it right, it's the song turns out a little bit better. Like you listen to a Thin Lizzy or another band, they're playing major, maybe AC/DC too, and another band, and so we try to do a little bit more like the major choruses, so make them sound mature and happy. And sometimes I turn in a little piano sound to make it also a little bit more mature. That's the trick I use.
That's a good thing too, because you know you hear so much negativity in music, in certain areas. So it's good to see a positive side. You know, and you brought up you know, Turn Up Your Radio, and I think, you know, that song is a great radio song. I mean, it's like you know, if you put this on, you know, this is going to be something that's going to please a lot of fans. It's a very, you know, like you said, uplifting song, and a very, very well written song, and very well played by you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's more of a motivation song. Try to listen to yourself a bit more. Turn up your inside radio and listen to the positive things. That's what I'm trying to say here. So
that's great.
Turn out good.
That's always great to hear.
Yeah.
You know what? In this being the fourth album, you know, and obviously, I mean, you know, me as a fan, and a lot of the fans, you know, we follow what you guys do. We listen to these albums, and all these songs, you know, so many, you know, great ones that stand out. What does a signature song feel like for you guys? I mean, what's your, you know, feeling as a songwriter, as a musician, when you say, "Wow, this is really it"? Tell us a little bit about that, and if you have achieved that yet. I know it's a tough question.
You have done your best song. That's what's driving us forward. There might be another good song in there somewhere. We need to get out. We don't know, but
I think when we've done a song that we feel this is great. This is really good. I mean, the feeling is wow. I mean, you can't beat it. It's like I shouldn't compare to anything else.
No, you shouldn't.
No, it's a great feeling, and I think when we have this, when we play a song that we really like, and I mean, in the writing process, and we feel that this is gonna be good, then we just look at each other and, yep,
give the nod. Yep.
That's the best part of the writing process, when you're jamming the song down here, and when we played it through a few times, made the adjustments. And then we play it through, and yes, we are there. That's great feeling. We try to think about making the chorus stand out a bit. So we usually try to make something happen before the chorus. So you will always know, okay, now it's the chorus. It's a big chorus, because we take a small break, or we do something to get into the chorus to make it stand out a little bit more. So we try to work on that on every song to make the chorus stand out. Even when we get into the chorus, or even when, of course, with the backing vocals, we try to make the chorus a little bit bigger, and we have keyboard stuff all over the place, and well, we have the formula that we like. That's
a good formula. Well, that's what people remember, and people remember the hook, and they sing along with it, and the choruses, and that's what this this band has done so well with this, through these 4 albums, and that says a lot to you guys. A lot of credit. Thanks. To you for for this type of writing, because it's amazing, really is amazing.
Thank you.
You guys have, I think one of the best vocalists, obviously, in the genre, in Kent.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, so diverse. He does so many different things. What's it like for you as songwriters and as musicians to have somebody of that status? To be able to write different things. I mean, these albums aren't just, hey, one style here. I mean, there's so much diversity and so many, changes in these songs. Tell us about that. I mean, what's it like to work with a guy like him?
He's really focused on the vocals. He's always very focused on getting the right expression, the right feeling in every note. And we maybe don't care that much about just to hit the right notes, but he's more like, I need to have that.
Right.
You must hear the pain in the voice. So he's really doing a great job in every detail of what he's trying to express. So then he's got a fantastic voice, of course, and the range and the fullness and all that. But I think that's one thing that really stands out. He's always looking for that feeling. It must be, you must hear every note, you must hear the pain, you must hear so when we do different takes, it's not always that he wants to take with an exact note. He takes the one with or with a feeling. Yeah, and you can hear that every note means something.
You definitely can. That's that's what comes across too, like, for us as listeners, that feeling, that passion. You could hear so much in this band, and I think that's one of the things that that sets you apart in this genre, because I mean, AOR, obviously, and you guys do it well, man. There's no doubt about it.
There's a lot of band playing pretty much the same thing if you look at Frontiers, but we try just to do it a little bit better than that.
That's right.
But it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but I think it's in the details. We really think about everything we do and how we arrange things to get there where we want. And also on this time with the mixing and the help of Morten Eriksson, that's I think that also helped to get the album, the song sounding as good as they do. So all credit to Morten.
Real.
It all ties in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
To get that big sound. I wanted to talk to you guys about the beginning of Perfect Plan and how this band got started. Tell us about that. It's 4 albums in, obviously, but this band sounds like it's been around for 30 years. For how tight you guys are with this.
Well, not this band. I played in other bands. I think me and Mats played back in the days. with what was the name? Desert Rain.
Yeah, Desert Rain.
We had an album out and we toured a little bit, but that was 35 years ago, something.
Yeah.
But I think then I cut my hair and got a job, and then after a few years, me and my friends thought maybe we should try to do something. We played in different cover bands and played for fun. Then we thought maybe we should try to write something, and then we met Kent. So he didn't actually sing in bands when we was like 15, 16, like we other did. So
Wow.
he was playing football or soccer. Yeah. And then we met the guy, and okay, this is a great singer. Then we started just jamming down in the basement for a few years.
Oh, that's
We didn't have any plans of releasing an album. We were just playing songs. Then we had 8 to 10 songs, and we said maybe we should spend a few bucks and go and do a decent recording. And then we went and did the recording really cheap. That's the first album. We did it. We just spent a few days in a town close to here, and we recorded the album. And then we didn't know what to do with it, so it was like, can we get this on Spotify or get it on YouTube somehow? So we were discussing with friends how to do that. We didn't think of releasing it on some label.
Right.
And I think the drummer was out playing in. He used to play in the cover band. He was used to be a professional drummer, going around playing with artists. And they played this demo for the singer in Degreed. Have you heard about Degreed?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, this is really good. Can I have the link to your?" And I can send it to someone, and then send it to Frontiers. And it took about 2 days. Then we got a mail from Serafino asking, "Would you like to consider a record deal?" And we were like, "Well, no, not really. No, we don't have time. We got full-time job. No, we can't. No." I mean, Frontiers.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were like, we don't have time. We can't go around touring. We have got jobs to do. So, but after a while, we said, okay, we can, we go for it and see what happens. And rest is history. Yeah,
that's a really good story too.
Yeah,
and I was going to bring that album up. Obviously, I mean, that debut album was fantastic. I mean, a lot of memorable songs on that one, and my favorite Perfect Plan song is from that album, Stone Cold Lover.
Okay.
I share that often, on the socials and everything, and everybody comes on and says, "Man, I love that song." And
okay.
tell us about that song right there, and because I think that says, that's more on the heavier side of the band.
Yeah, right.
But it still has that great melody though.
I can't really remember because I mean, for the first album we were just jamming down here. I think some of the songs we did rewrite about 4 or 5, 6 times. So what finally came out was something completely different than what we started with. So so I can't really remember that, but I'm pretty sure that Rolf did the guitar riff because that's got his name all over it.
For sure.
He's a little bit more metal. My friend Rolf Nordström is hard rock Rolf. And we other are maybe a little bit softer, more AOR. So I'm pretty sure that Rolf did the guitar riff, but I don't remember much about just that song. I do remember In and Out of Love when we wrote that one. That was kind of a magic moment too, when that
great song
just evolved that song in the rehearsal, and it was like, holy shit! We couldn't stop playing the chorus. So I think we put in a chorus too much in that song. Actually, we got double chorus everywhere. Right. So maybe one chorus too much, but we like
that's one of those questions where earlier you said when you nailed it. You knew how to. Hey, that's what it was there.
Yeah.
But that's great to hear because you guys have bands that have different tastes. Obviously, like you said, Ralph has that heavy. Yeah. He's more on the metal side. You guys are more on the melodic side. But it meshes so well.
Yeah,
with what this band creates, for sure.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Great.
Coming off that coming off that debut,
Yeah.
you know, in 2020, Time for a Miracle came up. And
Yeah.
you know, after the success, you know, the debut and you know, and you had to come in and what was the expectations like for you guys? I mean, obviously, you know, you said you got hit out of the blue with that first one, and then you had to come in and kind of back that up. What was it like? I mean, because you had, you know, songs like Heart of Stone, which I think is a great song. And
You make it sound like we are big rock stars, but
hey, you know what when I listen, I mean, I look at it that way, like, man, these
well,
guys are
but I mean, we released the first album, we did a few gigs, and we kept on with our daytime work. It wasn't that much happening. We didn't feel any pressure or anything else. We just kept on writing good music and having fun. So it was really nothing big for us. No, I think no. We just kept on playing.
just kept it rolling and well, I guess what you know when you have that chemistry, you know, being able to write like that together, you know, it just kind of you know flows after especially you two working together as long as you have.
Yeah, but I mean, I played with Rolf since kindergarten, or so many years. So,
Right.
so it is a small town. We all play with each other, so we all know each other from different.
I played with him '88.
Yeah, with Rolf.
Yeah,
right. What band was that?
Up the Creek.
Up the Creek. Yeah, I played Up the Creek too.
You did?
I think they fired me.
You see?
No, I don't know. I played guitar with Up the Creek.
I play bass.
I played bass.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You see,
So you
small world.
yeah, you get to you get to do a little bit of everything there, huh? Bands and everything.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
You know, what I wanted to ask you guys about that Time for a Miracle album was obviously the video for Better Walk Alone. And you
Yeah.
did, you know, Kenson at Mustang GT 350,
Yeah.
you know, cruising around. What was that like for you guys? This is like a, you know, a little bit different question, but you know, when he gets to drive around in that car in the video, what's it like for the rest of the band? Say, come on, guys, you know, I need to take a shot at it at least get me in a video driving it.
No, I think I was happy Kent did it because I couldn't afford to smash it. Just too much
Put
money.
it on him, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, he did a great job.
Yeah.
But it would have been fun to at least try it, but
yeah,
there was no time.
No. I think the car scenes was done after. It wasn't done in the same day.
One in the train station.
Yeah, right. Maybe that one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you know, leave it to the lead vocalist to handle all that. And if you wreck the car, then you got to put it on somebody.
Yeah.
And it was an original.
That is, it has a nice car.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. You don't see that too often.
No.
But how about, you know, we talked about, you know, they, you know, in the press release, obviously, and knowing you guys, the influences of this band, you know, obviously Survivor and Europe and Foreigner, and it has all those sides. But what are some of the other influences that you guys have, you know, whether it be, you know, in the AOR genre or even outside of that, you know, because this band has a lot of diversity.
Yeah. You can start. Take your time. I actually love. Have you heard Heat from Sweden? That's one of my favorite bands.
Nice.
Always listen to Heat when.
I got it on right now, guys.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I love that band.
All
It's
right, you got the
excellent band. Yeah.
We played with them. Was it this summer?
Yeah.
In Sundsvall. Yeah. That's a big moment to play with Heat. Yeah. They play after them. That's great. I think Heat is a good band. And Talisman, I'm a Swedish band.
Good band.
Love to Talisman. Should we say more?
I have to think.
You have to think.
There's so many. Toda is a great band.
Of course. Toto is great.
But
Sure.
not maybe so much. We're not so much influenced by them, but I like the band.
Yeah, of course. And AC/DC and Scorpions and all Judas Priest. And,
yeah, and all those.
Yeah, we grew up with. But we tried to play maybe a little more like Foreigner, Journey, Survivor. But all their stuff fits Kent's voice great. And
that's right. Yep.
Now with the maturity, and we like the older stuff. Not so aggressive anymore. Only Rolf.
Yeah.
He's aggressive now.
Yeah, he wants to play the heavy stuff, huh?
Yeah, right.
But that's all great influences. You know, I talk to a lot of artists, you know, out of Sweden, and I always say, you know, what's in the water out there? Because there's so many great bands that come out of there. The melodic rock and the things that you guys do, it's amazing.
I think it's the school system that when we were kids, everybody was playing, and the community, they got us rehearsals for free, and they got us this big house in the middle of the town called the music house, and you could rehearse, and they had a studio, and everything was free. So I mean, almost all my friends played music at
That's
that time.
great.
So we were discussing this with a Dutch guy who was playing, and they had a hard time finding rehearsals. And it was really expensive. I mean, it's not expensive here. You get rehearsals all over the place. Now we got a basement. But I mean,
that's great.
It's easy in Sweden. I think everybody grew up with this.
You had to play something.
Yeah,
in school.
Or play ice hockey, and I did that for a while. It didn't work out that well. So music saved me.
Music, yep.
Saved me from ice hockey.
But really, that's great that the country does that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can hear that's why it's you know, you don't see that anywhere. That's the only, you know, time I've ever heard that. So that says a lot about Sweden for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's true.
And a lot of the in the melodic rock scene, I think when Europe came around 82 or something, 81, 82.
Right.
Yeah. Then they had a big impact as well. And now they are
great band.
Yeah. So I think they have done a lot for the melodic rock in Sweden.
Yeah, I remember when Final Countdown hit, like all of us do. I mean, that exploded. But that, I thought Wings of Tomorrow too was a great album even before that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, you know, this, you know, the last album, obviously, Brace for Impact, you know, and that had that heavier side right there. What I liked about it is the band wasn't, you know, afraid to test those waters, you know, to be, you know, they had you AOR, melodic rock, and then you went heavier, and now this one's more back to the melodic side. But I like the fact that, you know, that you did that because it showed the ability of this band so much, and I think that says a lot about you guys, and I think that's what the fans will definitely see on this one too, because this new one is a great album.
Great.
Just like all the other ones, different, maybe a little bit, but just as good. This is good.
Thanks.
I don't really think we planned it to be much heavier. I mean, the songs that comes out. It's not like we're thinking about okay, this was a little bit heavy.
Right.
Yeah, and that just happened. And maybe the mixing also made it a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
The mixing is a lot of drums, a lot of bass, hard compression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Tobias Lindell, who did the Europe's Wings of Tomorrow.
Yeah. He was mixing.
He did the mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
different sound.
Yeah.
Good, but different.
Yeah, that's good to have that. You know, like I said, that's, you know, when you get to hear the different pieces, you know, this band doesn't just put, you know, one style out. There's so much, and it's deep. So that's why every album is good. It's a journey.
Great.
Let's put it that way.
Cool.
When you listen to it, for sure.
That's good. Think so. We just read the review. What was it saying? on the Sanden i Salen. It was something. Well, I think it was somebody who didn't like AOR that much. He thought it sounded pretty much the same like everything else. So it's up to who's listening, really, if they can tell that it's different or it's yeah. So it's really good that you have listened to the whole album and
for sure
hear the differences. And yeah, it's great.
You know, it's funny. Listening to and seeing the reviews of some of the albums and talking to a lot of the artists, it's funny how some of this music gets into the wrong hands. And then instead of the guy just saying, well, it's something that, I should just, not review. I look at it that way. I'm not going to, get on somebody and review it for music that, that if I don't like it,
No.
I want to be, given a positive vibe out there. And I think that's, you guys work hard for this.
Yeah.
It's not easy, to get blasted by somebody that, that's tough.
Really doesn't like it.
That's tough. Or understand it.
Yeah.
When we released the first album and we got a few reviews, I remember Rolf told me, it's amazing. Somebody's been listening to all the songs we've done. We were so impressed about someone taking the time to listen to all this. That's so yeah, that's amazing that you listen to the whole song and think about the differences in it's great. We must have done something good then.
You guys did. You guys definitely did. For the true listener, that's for sure. Everybody should be hearing this, and and that's the point. I mean, it's up to all of us to spread the word on what's happening out there because we want to keep this music alive. We want future generations to understand what this is about, and we want it to come back. I mean, especially here in the U.S. I mean, we're getting eaten up over here, guys. Believe me. we really are. We really are. But what's next for Perfect Plan? I mean, obviously the album comes out on the 28th. I mean, what do you guys have scheduled around that? Is there any shows? Is there anything special to help promote this?
We have nothing planned right now. We would like to go on a big tour, but we still have our daytime jobs to take care of. And
Me too.
Can't really
Understand.
go on the tour, but we try to find some good festivals and stuff. We got 2 more albums to do on Frontiers, so we have slowly started to write new songs for the next album.
Right, that's so great to hear.
What we're doing right now, and see what comes out.
Yeah, that's great to hear, guys. Keep on doing it, definitely. Yeah. How about any last words? I mean, obviously, Heart of the Lion, February 28th, Frontiers Records. Everybody that's listening and will tune into this show, this is a great album. And if you like AOR, melodic hard rock, these guys do it at the pinnacle. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's a great listen.
Yeah, great. I hope people take the time and listen to it then. Yeah. And hopefully they enjoy it.
Yeah.
They will. We'll be spreading the word. In closing, guys, I wanted to say thank you for doing what you do. I mean, for me as a fan, it's and I tell this to all the guys, it makes the bad days better and the good days even that much better. So thank you for making the commitment and thank you for doing what you do, man, because it's very appreciated here. Believe me.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, we might have to do a few more albums now, maybe 3 or 4.
Hey, you gotta tell the guys at Frontiers, just say, hey guys, we got to get moving here. We need 6, 7 albums. And hey, you've proven it already. Believe me.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Best of luck. Heart of the Lion, February 28th, Frontiers Records. Perfect Plan. And guys, I wish you the best of luck on this album, man. I'll be following. I'll be spreading the word.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.